Welcome to the Book Lab. I'm your Book Lab partner, Anna. And today, listen, Pride Month might have been 3 months ago, but today's my birthday and I'm gay. So Pride Month is also in September for me. So me, as a queer person who reads queer books, that's mostly what this shelf is. This is my gay shelf. I thought I'd do a fun little thing and tier rank all the queer books that I've read. I'm specifically choosing books that are like, it's really important to like the plot, that the characters are queer or that the relationships are queer stuff. So there are a lot of things that could be included in this list that have like queer characters. Otherwise this list would be so much longer. But instead I'm just gonna do books that are like gay. So I will show you my list. This is my tier list. I tried to come up with creative tier names, except I'm really bad at that. But so my S tier is called My Gay Agenda. And then below that is Gay Rights. And then in the middle is Partial Slay, then Lukewarm, and Who Is She? I'll be honest, I don't really foresee things going in the bottom tiers, but we'll see. I try not to think too hard about this beforehand, so this can be mostly candid, you know? So I have 24 books that are categorized as gay. I don't know how to describe it. They're just like, they would be on an LGBTQ plus end cap in the bookstore. I'm pretty sure I've seen most of these in end caps like that. So let's start with the first one that I have on here, and it's actually a recent read that I read this summer. I'll talk about that soon. I promise I'll film a 2 seasonal wrap-up thing for spring and summer. I just need to finish my current read and then I'll do it. But this first book is You Should Be So Lucky by Kat Sebastian. I read this recently. I had a lot of fun reading it. It's like 1950s gay baseball and ex-reporter guys. It gave me a similar joy that Red, White, and Royal Blue gave me back in high school, and so that definitely gives it some props. But like, it wasn't my favorite thing I've ever read, but I thought it was really good. I'm gonna put it in Gay Rights because I did really like it. And yeah. Next is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. This is a book I read in middle school, and I'll be honest, I barely remember it. I just know this kid, I don't remember his name. It's probably Alex or something like that. He gets abducted by aliens a lot, and he has the choice between like pressing a button to end the world or saving it, and he like kind of hates everything. I think the opening sentence of the book is "life is bullshit" or something like that, and that was really edgy to me as like a 13 or 14-year-old when I read it. I'll be honest, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I really liked it, but it has been at least 5 or 6, it's been at least 6 years since I read it, so I don't really remember. I'm gonna put it in, I mean, I did really like it, but I don't really remember it. It's like, in that case, it should be Who Is She, but Who Is She is kind of just like, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in Partial Slay. Next is Last Night at the Telegraph Club. An incredible sapphic historical romance. This is going to My Gay Agenda because I think it's beautiful and everyone should read it. It's a great book. It was really good. I read it like 2.5 years ago at this point, and I still love it. It was really good. Next is another lesbian book that I read this summer. Is Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howarth. This is like the most lit fic book I've probably really read. It's pretty different from stuff I have read. I will review it soon. I'm not going to say too much actually, but I really enjoyed it. So far it's the only book I've actually given 5 stars this year, even though I initially gave it 4.5 stars, but I bumped it up to 5 stars because I'm like, in my head, it is the best thing I've read this year so far, so it's 5 stars. I'm gonna put this too in My Gay Agenda. It's all about the sapphic yearning and religious trauma and just the awkward parts of being a teenage girl. Next is The Sunbearer Trials by Aiden Thomas. This is a fantasy duology. I haven't read the second book yet. I should. Inspired by like mostly Aztec mythology. The main character is trans and queer. Teo, that's his name. Son of a god, so he's a demigod. I mean, let's see. It's been, I think, 2 years since I read this too. Maybe. I don't have a concept of time. Today's my birthday and that's all I know. It's September and today's my birthday. I turned 21 today. Summer Trials, the plot wasn't super exciting. It was really repetitive, I remember that, but I liked the buildup of the romance. I like Aiden Thomas's other book, which is in this list. I like it better than the Summer Trials, so I'm gonna put it in partial slay. Because I guess I did have some problems with it in the pacing and how like repetitive it was. Next is The Song of Achilles, which arguably maybe shouldn't be here, because a lot of the other books here, they are like romances and stuff, and Song of Achilles, the point isn't the gay boys, but that's what sticks in my head most, because it's been also a couple years since I read this, like 4 or 5 years maybe. I think 4 years since I read it, but like it's incredible. It's going in the gay agenda, even though like this is like the most caveat one that has like an asterisk next to it. I was originally gonna have Chain Gang All Stars in here because the two main characters are in like a sapphic relationship, but like the fact that they are gay and in a sapphic relationship isn't super important to the plot and things that happen to them. Their other circumstances are more important, so that's why it's not in here. I debated it, but I didn't. Yeah, Song of Achilles, my gay agenda. Okay, next is a YA sapphic romance, I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. This, I liked it. I especially read it at the end of my senior year of high school, so that was like very timely, and it was fun to read it then. But I didn't love the like romance portion of it, and it doesn't stick out a whole lot in my memory, so honestly I'm gonna go lukewarm. I think I gave it like 4 stars, but like in my head, like it didn't make a super lasting impression on me, so that's why it's going in lukewarm. Next is So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. That's who the author was. Like, who is the author? F.T. Lukens. This is a gay fantasy romance. When I read it at the time, I read this before I started playing D&D. And I didn't realize before I read it that this is very D&D tropey in the fact that characters are literally like, that's our bard, that's our fighter, or something. I don't remember if there was a fighter. So I remember me, before I started playing D&D, that like really threw me off. The pacing of this book is also weird. I think I remember liking the romance, but like I was really thrown off by all the D&D stuff back then. I wonder if I read it now if I would have different opinions, but I gave that book away a long time ago. But it's funny, I say that, and I stayed up until 4 a.m. to finish reading it. Like I read it all in one sitting pretty much, because it was like addicting for some reason, even though the beginning really threw me off. But I also remember the main character, Eric, I think his name is. He was really annoying. I didn't like him that much. And the whole climax of this book is just the miscommunication trope. Yeah, she's going in lukewarm. Like, I had a fun time reading it, but like, I didn't love it. My darling, Red, White, and Royal Blue, gay agenda. That's my gay agenda. I love that book. That book meant so much to me in early high school, especially in COVID. I read it twice in 2021 or 2020. It was during COVID and I read it twice in 1 year. I remember that. Yeah, Red, White, and Royal Blue, as kind of crazy as it is, I love it and it means so much to me. Aw, next is A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. This is a sci-fi, like kind of cozy sci-fi, about a non-binary teen monk named Dex? Dex, yes. a non-binary teen monk named Dex. I love this book. I really like A Psalm for the Wild-Built. But not really for its queerness. I just love it just as a book, as a concept. It's such a cozy book. I don't think it's like top tier my gay agenda, even though I really like it. It's my agenda for not the gay things. So I'm putting it in gay rights. It's such a feel-good story about a non-binary teen monk and a robot just going on little adventures and getting to know one another and discussing life and whatnot. Next is another Casey McQuiston. A big Casey McQuiston fan. Even though I've only read these 3 books, I haven't read any of their other books. Next is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I liked this one. I read it. One Last Stop was my first adult sapphic romance that I've read. I actually don't think I've read very many other ones. A lot of the sapphic romances I read have been YA. But One Last Stop, it's good. I don't really remember it. I just remember the subway car sex scene. But like the rest of it, it's kind of whatever for me. I think I liked it more than Shara Wheeler, so I'm gonna put it in partial slay for that, but you know. Next is Most Ardently, my most recent read by Gabe Cole Novola, I think his name is. I can't read it in this little thumbnail very well. I really liked this. I thought it was very good. It wasn't like amazing to me, but the queerness in this book was really important and I think was really well done. So I'm gonna put it in gay rights because it was done really well. And I'm trying not to review these books that I still need to review, but like, I don't know, I really liked the way Oliver's trans identity was played with, I guess. That doesn't really sound right, but you know what I mean? How it was used. That doesn't make sense. Next, Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree, the famous cozy fan. Do I still have it? I do still have it. The OG famous cozy fantasy that started off the trend. I think this is another one where the queerness isn't super important to the plot, but like they are gay and that is a thing in the book, but lukewarm. I'm lukewarm about that book in general, and especially the romance between the 2 women was like, and it's not a very long book. It's like barely 300 pages, I think. And so the pacing of the romance is a little weird. Like it seems like really fast. It suddenly just like escalated. And it was kind of whatever. Anyway, gay agenda at the very beginning. In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. Even though it is like devastating, the fact that it being queer is really important because it's about the author's experience in an abusive sapphic relationship with another woman. But it's so good and so important. I think everyone should read it, and it's beautiful. And I love In the Dream House, my favorite book from last year. One of my favorite books of all time. I love it. I think it's so good. And yeah, that's step 1 of my agenda, making people read that. Next is a book that I read in middle school and I remember not liking very much. Do I remember why? No. So she's going in Who Is She? And that book is Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens. It's about a girl who discovers that drag exists and that she might be gay, I think. Like, she becomes friends with a drag queen. The drag queen was my favorite character. I do remember that. I remember at the time hating the fact that the bully character was actually trans in the end. Like, it was revealed that he was actually trans. But I didn't like that at the time. I don't know how I feel about it now. I got rid of that book ages ago. I did not like it very much. So that's going in Who Is She? And the fact that I'm going to pretend like I don't know her. I also don't think I liked the main character very much. She might have been a little annoying. I don't remember. Again, book I read at least 6 or 7 years ago. So a while ago. Next is another book that I read in middle school, Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan. This, I'm also going to put in Who Is She? I read these 2 around the same time and I didn't love either of them. Hot Dog Girl is about this, I think the main character's bisexual. Yes, she's bisexual. That's definitely important because I think she has a crush on, she's working at like an amusement, like a pop-up amusement park for the summer or something like that, and she has a crush on the guy playing like the prince of the park, and also her best friend who's the princess, maybe. I just remember the main character was definitely annoying in this one, and she was really like mean and kind of cruel to her friend that she had the crush on, from what I remember. I don't remember that well. Yeah, Hot Dog Girl, I don't remember her. I also gave that book away a long time ago. I just didn't love it. Big old meh from me. Next is an incredible book. Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. Oh, wait, why? I'm suddenly like, I mean, it's getting gay rights at least because this was a really good book. No, yeah, it's going in gay rights, even though no one wanted this boy to have gay rights. This is about a trans boy named Benji in a biblical apocalypse that has the flood as a disease, and it may or may not be killing him. Is that spoilers? It's been a little bit since I read, I mean, I guess I read that book last year. That's crazy, I read that last year. Yeah, I think Hell Followed With Us was really good, especially with its use of Benji's trans identity. I thought that was really good. So yeah, that's definitely going to gay rights. Good book. And especially if you like horror and gore, recommend. Solid recommend. Next is Heartstopper, the ever-loved, ever-famous Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I'll be honest, I don't have that many opinions of Heartstopper. It's like, I liked it. I read it in early high school. After I read the first volume, I did go on Tapas and read up to whatever current point it was up to at that point. And it might have been like volume 3, I think is what it would now be in. Like, I don't think I know anything that happens in volume 4 or later. I mean, like, I liked Heartstopper. It was like, you know, it was cozy, it was good, but like, I don't have, it'd be controversial, and I don't have strong opinions on Heartstopper either way. It was good. It was sweet. I'm gonna put it in partial slay. I'm sorry. I also couldn't watch the show, but that's just because watching the show is difficult for me. It's really hard for me to focus on watching a show. So there's that. I'm sorry to Heartstopper fans. I'm sorry. Next, I have a book that I remember being lovely when I read it in high school or whatever, but I don't remember much else about it, and that's Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. I remember really liking it as an artist because the main character is an artist, and I just really liked the way that art was like described, like painting was described. But also I remember this being really good, but also I don't remember much of anything at all. So I'm gonna put it in partial slay, I guess. Like, I remember liking it. I do remember liking it, but I don't remember much else. Okay, next is one more book from middle school. This is the last book from middle school, actually. And this is a YA sapphic romance mystery, I think, called Echo After Echo by Amy Rose Capita, about a girl playing a lead in a play. She falls in love with the head lighting technician, who's a girl, and there's some mystery about people who keep dying. I don't remember much. I liked it. I don't remember the queerness being super central to the plot, or like it's like the main plot is the mystery, and I don't remember like anything about the romance. So, but I don't want to put it in Who Is She because I didn't like the books that were in Who Is She, and I liked Echo After Echo when I read it, but I don't remember it. So I guess I'll put it in lukewarm. I remember it meant a lot to me as a young queer person in middle school, but I remember nothing about it. I donated it a long time ago, so I have no idea. Okay, last 4. This is longer than I expected. I'm sorry. Next is my favorite Aiden Thomas book, which is Cemetery Boys, which is absolutely going in gay rights. No, it's not in my gay agenda. But Cemetery Boys is really good. I also read this in early high school. I think it was sophomore year. It was definitely at least sophomore year because I remember especially enjoying the like Hispanic and like Latin American portions of it because I was in Spanish 1 at the time, and because of the Dia de los Muertos stuff. I don't really remember. Cemetery Boys is really good. I thought it was a super fun time. I liked it a lot. I'm kind of surprised it's getting a sequel. Will I read it? Yes, I need to read Celestial Monsters, the sequel to Sunbear Trials first, but you know, I mean, Summer Trap Boys sequel isn't out yet. I think the sequel's called Espiritu. Spirit. Next one. My Gay Agenda. That is part of My Gay Agenda. Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I fucking loved that book. I read that early high school. I remember I read it in September or October of 2019, and there was a book festival in my city like a week later, and Rainbow Rowell was there, and the new book had Wayward Son had just come out, and so I went to the book festival, got a copy of Wayward Son and my copy of Carry On signed by Rainbow Rowell. That was really cool. Carry On, just damn good time. I love it so much. It's private magic school, two boys who are roommates, academic rivals to lovers thing. I love Carry On. It's such a comfort book for me. I've low-key been wanting to reread it again. I think I've only read it like twice, but like I'm so down to read it for a third time. We'll see. Last two. Next we have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Oh god. I think this should be part of like the gay agenda naturally. But it's been so long since I read it and I don't remember much of it. So I'm gonna put it in gay rights. Even though I know that it's like a super like popular, important kind of book in the queer literature canon. But I'll be honest, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I definitely read this 6 years ago. Yes, because I read it in the fall of 2019, which was fall of my freshman year of high school. Yeah, Aristotle and Dante, I just remember it was beautiful and sad. And I read it in like a day or two. Next is a memoir, actually, a queer memoir called All Boys Aren't Blue by George N. Johnson. This book I read last year as well. It was really good. I remember reacting very emotionally a lot of the time. This is also going to gay rights. Yeah, that's going to gay rights. It was a really good book. It wasn't like my favorite thing ever, but that gay rights. Even though again, it's more people who didn't want them to have rights, but you know. That's what I call the category. I never claimed to be good at naming categories. Anyway, this is my final tier list of all the queer books I've read in my life. Again, these are mostly books that queerness is central to the plot and story, or to me are like, when I think of them as queer books. Whereas there are lots of books that have queer characters, like Six of Crows, Crown of Feathers, or like The Fifth Season. There are queer characters in those, but like the queerness of those characters is not really important to the plot at all a whole lot. Like it's not super central, and that's the point of this. So this is my list. Do I agree with it? Do I like it? I feel like I had warmer feelings about So This Is Ever After, because I did end up like reading it really fast. No, I'm gonna leave it. This is my final list. Anyway, if you've read any of these books and you have differing or similar opinions to me, please let me know. Leave them in the comments. Especially if you've read some of the other books that I didn't really like Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens and Hot Dog Girl. I don't think a whole lot of people have read those. Like, they're not super popular. I think, I don't know, in middle school I was like, a gay book! And I would read it. Because gay things are sacred. Especially to a young queer person. Anyway, so I think that's where I'm going to leave you today. Thank you for stopping by the queer corner of the book lab today. It was nice to have you. I'm so glad you could be here. I fully would have done this in Pride Month in June, except I had Most Ardently and You Should Be So Lucky out from the... Wait, did I remove that book? Okay, I did remove it. There is technically another queer book that I've read recently, A Magical Girl Retires, where I think it's gay. That would go in lukewarm. I need to review that in my wrap-up thing later. I think it was gay. There were gay vibes, but that was really it. Didn't love it either way. Yes. What's a clever way I can close this out? Thank you for stopping by the book lab. I love you all. You are loved. You are worth it. And thank you. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.